Hey everybody, Jeff Yenser, CreativeMusicGenius.com. Thanks for watching today. I want to explore detuning the harmonics. Now, I've heard Dr. Jeffrey Thompson talk about detuning the harmonics in a patented way to create binaural beats for brainwave entrainment. Okay, that's super awesome. But how does he do it? I don't know. But I thought I would just play around and see if I can invent my own way, or maybe it's the same way he does it. I don't know. But I thought, how about a bandpass EQ, right? I got the Q3 right here, right? And you can see I got that dialed into 807. I'm going to say that the Q3 is inaccurate. Look, we got 791 or so on average in the tuner that's right here. Okay, so let me just back out of this and show you how I got this set up here in Loopy Pro, which is pretty awesome for being able to arrange things and set up MIDI and effects and all that stuff, right? So I got BAM here, right? And it's just generating some notes for me. Okay, I've got a C2 there. Okay, make note of that C2, okay, because we're going to look. I don't know if you noticed, and the tuner was up here. It's got a G in it. Okay, so how is that? Well, this is just isolating some of the harmonic, right? It's got like 1.5, and the bandwidth, I got it right there. Anyways, I am trying to, you can zoom in and out, but you can see all the different harmonics of the sound, and I've just got only allowing that much of it to pass through, right? A little bit of a range right around 801, give or take. Anyhow, right? So a BAM going to Synth Master 2, okay, which is this one, which I've got just a brass sound in there, right? And I tweaked it some. I softened the attack and the release, right? And then I got it panned, okay, to both buses, A and B, right? So A and B over here, one going to purple, one going to pink, right? And so you can see the signals showing up there. And I'm going to click on this. Okay, now I've got a G. So how do I get a G? Well, it's the particular harmonic that I'm dialed into, right? The fundamentals down here somewhere. I was trying to... I should be able to zoom in and out on this thing. Okay, I'm getting there, folks. Anyhow, this comes up again. It'll play again in a second here. And you can see all, there's the fundamental down there around the 60 or so, right? And then all the harmonics of that particular sound, and I got only that one, which happens to be a G. Now, a C and a G, right, well, they have a special relationship. They're right next to each other in the circle of fifths, and they're like the most harmonious type of sound that you can get is the fifth, and it's because it's part of the harmonic series. And I think it's worthwhile exploring these harmonics, because that's what makes things sound beautiful and rich and full. So we're taking this, right, and so close out of that for a second, and then come over to B, right? Now, I want you to notice that I've got one A panned left, B panned right, okay? And on B, I get the sum FX, right? And I've got 0.18. That's, right, 0.18 of a semitone, right? Which gives me a little bit of a difference in my tuning. I also got a little bit of Mixbox on there for effects. That's why it's turned down. Mixbox gives it a volume boost, so I compensate by turning that side back down a little bit. But let's see, what do we get on the tuner? Oh my gosh, 801. Okay, because it's boosted by 16 cents. All right, I get the pitch activated over here, or 18.18. It's basically 18 cents, right? Which is 0.18 semitones. All right, got that going on there. Right now, there's different ways of altering the frequency, right, of the other one, right? So you get your binaural beat. So whatever, right? So I've got some type of binaural brain frequency based on, the difference. It looked like it was a difference of about 8 or 9 hertz in average, right, between this one that's up here. I would say the average of this one, 801, give or take, right? It's not an exact science. I mean, the frequency varies over time. It goes up and down, which I think most musical instruments, most sounds and natures, they do vary somewhat in pitch, and the harmonics are all different, and that's what makes sound unique. And I think it's worth working with more natural sounds rather than just a sine wave or something like that. Let's get the actual instruments themselves and detune the harmonics that are already there in those. So we got our binaural beat going down here in theory. I'd love to hook this up like to some people with heart math monitors, or look at the brain waves and see what kind of fun we could have with that. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents on creating binaural beats by detuning the harmonics. If anybody else has any input, any ideas, any comments on how this could be done better, there are multiple different ways of doing this, right? I like to use Loopy Pro because it lets me move things around. It's kind of like Audio Bus with little recording thingies in it, right? You can move things around, you can route things, you can route MIDI, audio, and all that kind of stuff. It's got a pretty versatile mixer. That's why I really like Loopy Pro to set this up, right? And there's multiple different plugins that'll detune, or also I'm just going to pause this a minute, right? If you look at this one, I've got the pitch shifted here by 0.2 semitones, right? So what I did is I recorded the purple and the pink. I'm going to mute, bam. I'm going to play the purple and the pink here, right? So what I did is I recorded, actually, these two started out as exactly the same pitch, but then I went into a Loopy Pro settings right here for this particular circle, and put, now, one thing that kind of has baffled me, though, is that it seems like I used to be able to dial this in to like 0.16, but I seem to only be able to get 1 decimal point. I'm not sure what's up with that. I would love to be able to dial this into 0.16 semitones, right? But for some reason, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I can only get to 1 decimal point. So, but you can also, take the waveforms, bring them into some type of software, and change the pitch there of the actual waveform. So it's now, you don't have to rely on any plug-in to alter the pitch. It's just happening right from the waveform itself. Anyhow, I'm just geeking out on this stuff. Jeff Yenser, CreativeMusicGenius.com. Thanks for watching. Welcome your feedback and your comments, and we'll see you next time.